Hello guys, I hope you are having an awesome Saturday as always, and I'm back at you with another DIY project. So let's get right into it. Okay, so what you're going to need is 6 of these Dollar Tree frames. They have these in gold and silver, but I chose gold. What we're going to do is, first off, we're going to take 2 of these frames. We're going to discard all of the paper, backing, everything for one of these frames, and we're going to put it aside. Then with this other frame, we're going to take some of the backing out. We're going to leave the white border inside. We're going to take another Dollar Tree item. This is a mirror from Dollar Tree, and we're going to take the mirror out. Discard the frame. We're going to put the mirror inside this frame, and we're going to close it up and put all the backings back on. And it should look like this. Then we're going to set it aside. Then we're going to take our 4 frames, and we're going to take the mirror out. We're going to take all of the backing out, the paper, everything. Okay, so we're going to take everything out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a wire cutter, and we're going to start to pull away the metal prongs out of the frame. Okay, so we're going to pull that out. We don't need that anymore. And we're just going to straighten the prongs out, and then we're going to pull them out. Okay, don't pull them out while they are in an upward position. Just make sure that they're straight. Take your wire cutter, get a nice grip, and pull the wire prongs out. Okay, and so by the time you do that, you won't have any wired prongs in the 4 frames that are left. Okay, then what we want to do to reinforce it is we want to take our E6000, and you want to put some glue, a nice amount of glue, and you want to go into every single seam in the frame. So there's 4 seams, so you want to go into the seams, and you want to apply your E6000 just to reinforce it. So do this to all 6 frames, okay? Once that's done, then we're going to take these 2 frames and we're going to join them together. We're actually going to join 2 of these together, and then we're going to join another 2 together, and that would be our 4 frames. So I'm going to switch camera position so I can show you what I'm doing. We're going to take our E6000, and we are going to start applying some E6000 to the side of the frame. So we're going to get a generous amount on here. Then take a little wooden stick, anything that you have, and we're just going to smooth the glue out and spread it evenly. Then we're going to apply some hot glue to the side, and we're going to join these 2 pieces together. Once you've joined the 2 frames together, hold it for a few minutes and let the hot glue bond. It should look like this on the other side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce. So we are going to start taking some craft sticks from the Dollar Tree. And you want to get your wire cutter and start cutting out little pieces. When you go to cut the craft stick with the wire cutter, just try to hold it as even as you can and snap it. And that's what it should look like once you take the round part off. And then hold it, try to get a good straight line, and snap it again. And you should have small little sections like this. Okay? So you might want to cut about 3 of these out of one craft stick. Okay, so you should have about 3 pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to once again apply some E6000. And then we're also going to apply some hot glue. And you want to carefully get this right in one of the corners. And just hold it for a few minutes. Then we're going to use a longer piece in the middle. So once again, we're going to put some E6000 on here. Hot glue. And then take our time and lay it right down in the middle between the 2 frames, because we want to reinforce the 2 frames together. So you want to line it up between the 2 frames. This is what it should look like. Both of our frames have been reinforced. So now what we want to do is go ahead and attach it to our bottom frame, and our bottom frame is the one that has the glass in it. So we're going to pretty much do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and attach this using E6000 and hot glue. Once you have attached the side to the bottom, what you want to do is just find some very small screws, or you can buy some small screws. These are brass screws. I think they're 6 by 1/2 of an inch, I believe. And basically what I'm doing is just taking it and screwing these into the bottom half for reinforcement. And you don't really have to make a hole or anything, because this is very soft and flimsy. So you want to take your time and screw it in. And get it as close to the side of the frame as possible. So let me give you this is what that should look like. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to attach it using E6000 and hot glue. And then we are going to put our screws in it just for reinforcement. Alright guys, so here we have it. We have our wedding planter and it is fully assembled. Now we want to go over a few things. The first thing is the screw. Make sure that when you put the screws in, they're in the corner. One there and one there. But not so close to the corner that you end up hitting this metal bracket right here that the frame has. So you want to go in a little bit. You want to use wood screws. And I'll leave the details as to the size of the screws that I used. When you are screwing the wood screw in to both of these frames, you need to go all the way back. You want to go as far back as possible, because this has a lip. So this has a part that comes over, but the other side is very short. Okay, so if you can see that, it's very, very short. Okay, so you will need to push this wood screw back as far as you can without coming out on the other side. Make sure that that screw doesn't come out on the other side. So when you're screwing it in, just kind of screw it in and hold this side to make sure that you're not penetrating the other side of the frame. But you do need to get it as close as possible to this edge so it will go through both parts of the frame. Okay, so I just wanted to cover that with you. So the last assembly part to the wedding planter is to get yourself some wooden dowels. You can get this from any craft store. I believe I got these from Walmart. They are the square dowels. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece. Not sure what size this is. I try to get a slim size. And we are going to cut this dowel and put it right here in the center. So we're going to cut 2 of these. And you can use a very small hand saw to cut it. They sell those at Walmart. And so I'm going to cut this down. And I'm going to glue it. So we're going to cut down 2 of these square dowels. Okay? I used a small hand saw to cut these dowels because they're not very thick. They're very small, as you can see. So it was just easy to do it with a hand saw, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in between. And what it's going to do is just going to add some more support, and it's going to straighten it out a little bit, okay? That way it doesn't bow in, okay? So it's just going to give it a little bit of support, and it's also going to keep the 2 side columns straight. So I'm going to go ahead and once again glue this on. I'm not going to use any wood glue because I don't believe that these frames are made out of wood. I believe it's some type of composite material. So I'm going to use my E6000 again with my hot glue. Once again, the same technique. I have attached the square dowels using E6000 and hot glue. And don't worry if any glue drips or it's really messy. Because the glue will dry and then you can just peel it off or rub it off, okay? So there will be excess glue all over this thing, and all you have to do is rub it off, peel it off, and then we're going to sand it down a little bit, and we'll go ahead and paint it, and we will be completely done. Alright everyone, so the project is complete. The only thing that was left to do was to paint it, and I've gone ahead and painted it. I thought I would have to sand it down a little bit, but it was fine. It didn't really need sanding down that much. It was just I did a very light sanding. And yeah, so it's completely done. It's painted. And you will need to put 1 or 2 coats of spray paint on it. I recommend that you use the Rustoleum 2X Gold. It's very similar to the color that the frames were already painted. And yeah, so we're finished. We're absolutely done. So this looks amazing. Okay, so the only thing we need to do now is to go ahead and put our florals. So what I've done is I've used 4 Dollar Tree gladiolas. And I put them on each corner. So this is what that looks like. And I think it gives it a really amazing effect. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put my floral arrangement on the top. Alright, so I've added my top piece, and I think it looks amazing. I think it looks really, really amazing. And let me go over the flowers that I use. All of the flowers are by the Dollar Tree, by the way. So I have some gladiolas in there, and I have, of course, my hydrangeas and mini roses. I think there's only a few roses that are from Hobby Lobby. I have draped a set of pearls that ends with a beautiful piece of jewelry in here, and everything looks freaking awesome, like just absolutely amazing. I love how everything came out. I think this is a great stand. It's very popular right now. And so yeah, so that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY project, and as always, don't forget to rate and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will subscribe to my channel so we can grow it together. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload new videos. And everybody can follow me on Instagram at onehipsister. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you again in the next DIY video. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.